It's time again for the Science Bowl.
Zoo Parade for 5. What big teeth the hippo has are actually a pair of these. Science Potpourri for 10. Would a snake most likely eat every day? Every week, Dateline Science for 10. Why are some elephants wearing necklaces these days? Green things for 15.
And now, here's your host, Mr. Z himself, Dave Zarin.
Thank you and welcome to the Science Bowl, the science program that's been here in Prince George's Schools for 34 years. Today we have two outstanding middle schools playing our game, one of whom will go on to play Charles Carroll for the chance to be the second of our 4 semifinalists in this year's middle school competition. Let's meet today's teams. First, from Thomas Johnson Middle School, would you please say hello to Sarah Aminu, Aisha Drame, and Lucy Cardona. And from Thurgood Marshall, would you please say hello to Aiden Sarver, Gabriel Gold, and Sanea Solomon. And now here are the categories of questions we use on the Science Bowl.
Okay, Mr. Z, here's today's categories. Green things, questions about plants and all things green and growing. Zoo Parade, a Noah's Ark of questions about animals. Body systems, we'll see how much you know about yourself, about things like breathing and growing, and digesting your food. Let's get physical. Questions that test your knowledge of physics and chemistry, earth science and space science. Then there's Science Potpourri. Here's a grab bag of science questions, everything from air pollution to the kitchen sink. And finally, Dateline Science. We'll ask you about science history and science in the news.
And here on the Science Bowl, our game board reflects question difficulty with the easier questions on the left worth 5 and 10 points. The tougher ones 15, 20. Ultimately, the toughest question up there, the 25-pointer. Both of our teams start out at 50 points apiece. No penalties ever for incorrect answers. Into the 2 rounds today, one of these 2 good-looking teams will come back to play Charles Carroll. And as I say, advance to the semifinals. Let's go over and make sure everything works properly. Aisha, would you try your buzzer? Looks and sounds good. Good luck to you and to Lucy and to Sarah. And Gabriel, how about yours? It too. It seems to be in good working order. Good luck to you and to Sanea and to Aiden. Congratulations on you guys for being selected to represent your schools. Let's have a good game. We go alphabetically THO before THU. So by one letter, Thomas Johnson, you go.
Science Potpourri for 15.
Science Potpourri for 15 points. Teams, you can find fossils of giant sloths and saber-toothed tigers if you go to Los Angeles, where there are pits filled with this black viscous liquid. Gabriel.
Tar?
Yeah, Los Angeles tar pits. That's right. Used to talk about that in those old cartoons with the Flintstones, the tar pits. Go green.
Zoo Parade for 10.
Zoo Parade for 10 points. Teams, the Cub Scout rank for kindergartner kids is this King of the Beasts. Thomas Johnson.
Pear? What? Bear?
No, not the bear. Thurgood Marshall, the Cub Scout rank for kindergartner kids is this King of Beasts.
Tiger?
The lion. The lion is the King of Beasts. Go again, green.
Body systems for 10.
Body systems for 10 points. Teams, if you are nauseated, which I hope you're not, you're said to be sick to your what? Thomas Johnson?
Stomach?
Your stomach, yeah. As I say, I hope that's not the condition right now. Go red. Good answer.
Let's get physical for 10.
Let's get physical for 10 points. Teams, accelerated corrosion describes this substance forming quickly, which is literally oxidized iron.
Rust?
Gabriel?
Rust?
Rust it is. Good answer. Yes, sir. Green team, go. Thurgood Marshall.
Green things for 15.
Green things for 15 points. Teams, in Guyana, which is a country in South America, it is the only country on earth where the forests absorb more of this gas than its people produce. Thomas Johnson.
Oxygen?
Not oxygen, no. Thurgood Marshall.
Carbon dioxide.
Carbon dioxide, yes. We always talk about carbon footprints. Now, so Guyana has a very small carbon footprint, covered with a lot of Amazonian jungle down there. Go green. 90 to 60 the score, advantage green.
Zoo Parade for 20.
Zoo Parade for 20 points. Teams, a multiple choice question. If an animal is polyphagic, does that mean it has a lot of mates? Eats a lot of different kinds. Yes?
Eats a lot of different kinds of
It
food.
sure does. Eats a lot of different kind of foods. Lives in a lot of different habitats. You were way ahead of me. Phagic, a suffix that always refers to eating. Nice answer. Go.
Let's get physical for 15.
Let's get physical for 15 points. Teams, the reason why on a summer's day a car gets so hot is because the heat comes in and the glass keeps it from getting out, because glass is not a good conductor, but a good what, Thomas Johnson?
Convector. Wait.
Not convector. The glass keeping that heat in means glass is not a good conductor, but a good what?
Insulator.
Insulator. Exactly right. That's what I wanted. Good comeback. Go.
Let's see. Science potpourri for 5.
Potpourri for 5 points. Teams, a raft of pumice, pumice is a kind of rock, floating on the Pacific Ocean was evidence recently that one of these erupted under the ocean. Gabriel?
Sea volcano.
A volcano, an underwater volcano. Yes, sir. Good. Go.
Body systems for 15.
Body systems for 15 points. Teams, this sensation causes a scratch reflex. Thomas Johnson.
Stimulus.
Not a stimulus. This sensation causes a scratch reflex.
Itchy.
Itchies. That's right. An itch. If you got an itch, you scratch. Like on the Simpsons. Itchy and scratchy. Go. Green.
Green things for 25.
Green things for 20. Big one in that category. Teams, in the middle of Chesapeake Bay, there is a dead zone where there is no oxygen because the algae has overpopulated. When it dies, it absorbs all of the oxygen. That process is the opposite of photosynthesis. Name that process for 25 points where the oxygen is taken in instead of being given out.
Oxidation.
Not oxidation. Good try. Thurgood Marshall. The giving out of oxygen, that is respiration. Respiration. Try again, please. Green. Or excuse me. Yes, green.
Oh, we're green. I'm sorry. Zuparate for 15.
Zuparate for 15 points is a visual question. Teams, look at the monitor in the studio if you would, please. The Loch Ness Monster for a long time was thought to be a plesiosaur, a kind of dinosaur. Now we think that it might have been a very large one of those fish that produces its own electricity.
Eel.
Thomas Marshall, Thurgood Marshall, rather.
Electric eel.
Electric eel, absolutely. A very big eel. Reasonable hypothesis. Yes, let's turn that light out over there, and we'll go back to Gabriel for a next question. Go ahead.
Let's get physical for 5.
This will be the last one before our break. Say it again. Let's get physical for?
5.
5 points. All right, teams, your question is as follows. You know, because it is so close by, Proxima Centauri would be a good partner for the sun on a celestial version of Dancing with the
Stars.
Stars, that's right. All right, so we go out on a high note there. Thomas Johnson is at 85, Thurgood Marshall 140. We'll be back with round 2 in a moment. Don't go away. And welcome back to Science Ball. Hope you're enjoying this game at home. We've got 6 outstanding young people playing our game here today, and let's go over and find a little bit more about them and their schools. Thomas Johnson, Aisha, nice to have you here today. Welcome back, because you were here in elementary school.
Yes.
At Glenridge, was it?
Glendale.
Glendale Elementary School, and so you've got some experience here. Why do you like this game? Why'd you come back?
Well, I came back because since we lost, I just wanted to redeem myself for our losing.
That's right. Sometimes, you know, if you play something, oh, I wish I woulda, coulda, shoulda. Now you have a chance to come back and try to rectify some things like that. I appreciate that. First of all, tell us about your school. Who's your principal?
Our principal is Mr. Darrell Owens.
Wonderful. And who's the coach of your team?
Miss Rose Natalie Yabez.
Yes, indeed. And this is her first year coaching. I know she's worked hard to get you guys ready for this. Any alternates on your team?
We have an alternate, Luke, but he unfortunately couldn't make it today.
I'm sorry about that, but you girls are doing a fine job here, so you don't need an alternate. What do you like best about your school?
Something unique about Thomas Johnson is our variety of after-school activities, which showcase our students' athletical, musical, and academical talents.
And that's important because, you know, if you're playing the trombone and you're on the football team and you're getting all A's, you're doing all the right things that the school expects you to do. Now, you want to be, when you get older, a dermatologist, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, because we were talking earlier about skin problems, not just for teenagers, but particularly for teenagers, but everybody. It is our largest organ. You know, it's even bigger in terms of importance than our liver. It's our barrier against the world. You're doing a nice job here, Aisha. Nice to have you here.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Lucy, nice to have you with the show.
Thank you.
Tell us about yourself. You do all kinds of things in your spare time and lots of great aspirations. Share them with us.
I'm in most of the clubs in my school. I'm the captain of softball. I do all the robotics teams. I help around. I play band. I'm also in the drama club. Plus, we have a game tomorrow.
Oh, my goodness. And you made time for us. I mean, you have a very busy life.
Yeah. Always have a busy schedule, but
Yes, you do. That's
that's
good.
because I'm aspiring hard.
What do you want to
working
do
hard.
professionally someday?
I just really, really want to find a way how to cure cancer because I've actually had a few family members who've died from it.
Yeah.
So I want to
It's-
fix that.
It's a curse that has afflicted many of us and the ones we love. And you're absolutely right. We keep looking for a cure, and it's a tough opponent, but yeah, with determination, people like you, we're going to succeed. Good luck to you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Sarah, tell us the Sarah story. What do you do in your spare time?
I like to play basketball with my friends. I'm on step team, and I play the bass.
You do. So you do an awful lot as well at that school. Big ladies on campus. Absolutely right. You're here for a reason, and not just because you're great students. Let's go over to Thurgood. Marshall Gabriel, tell us your story. Who's your principal?
My principal is Dr. DeMarco Clark, and
Abs-
our vice principal is Mr. Miller.
Wonderful, and they're very proud of you, I know. And the sponsor of your team is Ms. Butler, and she is here today. And without her, Thurgood Marshall would not be on our show. You were here last year yourself, Gabriel. Nice to have you back. Another veteran like Aisha. Why do you like the show? Why'd you come back?
Last time we were here, we didn't win, but I learned a lot of new things, and it's very interesting, so I want to be on here again.
You're a good player, you're a good captain, and your knowledge is on display here already. Any alternates on your team?
Yes,
Yes.
Dylan Gardner.
All right, Dylan will be out in a few moments here. What do you like best about TM?
The best thing about Thurgood Marshall, I would say, is our after-school programs. It helps you with the tests before you take them and help you to enhance your skills as a person and academically.
It's very important what you said there. You know, it's not just learning, you know, the quadratic equations and the capital of Peru. You have to develop as a person, socialize, and that's what you just mentioned there. So yeah, development of your character, every bit as important. Thank you, young man. What do you want to do someday?
I want to be a chemist to help develop cures for diseases. Like my opponent said, cancer is something that everybody faces and it's hard, but people suffer, and people like me and her, they find cures that can help make the world a better place.
Absolutely. You and Lucy and so many other folks are determined to conquer a lot of these diseases. We'll be in good hands when you guys get to those positions. Aiden, nice to have you here. Tell me the Aiden story.
So
What do you like to do in your spare time?
I like to do a lot of things in my spare time. Most thing I like to do is just play video games, and some other things like watch videos about fun facts about science, and I read books about science and stuff
Yeah.
like that.
We did all the right stuff to get ready for today's show. And I like not only do you know your stuff, but you are enjoying it. You know, you're high-fiving and fist-bumping Gabriel as we're going along here because, you know, it's not just one person. It's three people working together. What do you want to do someday, Aiden?
I want to be a mechanical engineer.
Mechanical engineer, yeah. Well, seems like you're a disciplined young man, and you're going to need that. Probably a good mathematician, too. Sanaya, tell us about yourself. Now, you're a sports star as well. What do you play?
I'm practicing volleyball right now.
Yeah, that's great. What else do you do in your spare time?
Dance.
Dance. What kind of dance?
Like tap, ballet, jazz.
Very nice, very nice. And you told me earlier you'd like to be a lawyer someday.
Yes.
What gave you an idea to do that?
Because my friends always tell me that I should be a lawyer because I always argue with people and try to get my way.
Sounds like you're headed in the right direction. You're playing a good game, too. Let's get back into it. 85 for Thomas Johnson, 140 for Thurgood Marshall. Lots of points to give away, including the toughest of the questions up there. Aisha, go.
Green things for 20.
Green things for 20 points. Teams, this is a kind of a joke. kind of a play on words, so listen carefully. If you could talk to a plant and ask a plant a question, if it was smart enough, you would direct your question to the flower, particularly to the stamens, because the stamens, if you ask questions, the stamens have all the what?
The pollen?
Not the pollen. Remember, it's a joke. You would ask the question of the stamens because the stamens have all the what? They have all the anthers. A-N-T-H-E-R-S. Answers, anthers. Forgive me. Go, Red.
Green things for 10.
Green things for 10 points. Teams, in the fall, leaves starve because what green pigment is destroyed?
Chlorophyll.
Thomas Johnson?
Chlorophyll.
Chlorophyll, that's right. Good, go.
Zoo parade for, no, body system for 20.
Body systems for 10 points. I believe we had that one already. 20 then. 20 points, all right. Teams, the prefix vermi, V-E-R-M-I, means worm-like, which describes this worm-like organ in our bodies that really doesn't have any function anymore. It's called the vermiform what? Because it looks like a worm. You're looking at me blankly. It's the vermiform appendix, the organ that really has no function, yet a lot of times causes difficulty. People have to have emergency appendectomies. Go again, Red.
Science potpourri for 10.
Potpourri for 10 points. All right, teams. In England, they will not eat American chicken, so don't send it over here, because Americans, they wash their chickens in this disinfectant that we Americans use to disinfect our swimming pools. TJ.
Chlorine.
Chlorine, that's it. No chlorinated chicken for the Brits. Thank you very much. Go, Red.
Science potpourri for 20.
Potpourri for 20 points. Teams, you can treat strep throat with an antibiotic because streptococcus is one of these. Gabriel, good question.
Oh, sorry.
That's all right.
Can Aiden answer?
A what?
Can Aiden answer?
He certainly can. Aiden, streptococcus is a what?
Not bacteria. Bacterial, like.
Is he saying it? Bacterial, absolutely right. It is a bacterium, which a lot of people want to use antibiotics on viral conditions, but not in this case. Nice going, young man. Good. Go, Green.
Dateline science for 10.
Dateline science for 10 points. Teams, when Hurricane Dorian hit Grand Bahama Island, it was as strong as a hurricane can get. Category what? Thomas Johnson.
Category 5.
5, yep. In fact, they're even thinking of adding a Category 6 to contend with storms that are that strong. Go, Red. 115 to 160, red advantage.
Dateline science for 15.
Dateline science for 15 points. Teams, the holes in the skull of a Tyrannosaurus rex actually had the same functions as what we have in our houses. HVAC, heating, ventilation, and AC. What does the AC stand for, Thomas Johnson?
Air conditioning.
Yeah, it helped to cool that big dinosaur. Those holes helped to air condition his body. Pretty ingenious. Yeah, good answer. Go.
Dateline for 20.
Dateline science for?
20.
20 points. Teams, Andrew Luck, the NFL quarterback who quit because he had been injured so many times, had injured one of these organs that comes in a pair and is the most donated organ of the human body.
The kidney?
The kidney, yes. He had a lacerated kidney that had a tough time healing. Nicely done. Look at that score. All of a sudden, we almost have a tie. 150, 160, red go.
Let's get physical for 20.
Let's get physical for 20 points. Teams, one of the hypotheses about our moon was at one time it was hot and gooey. It was made up of this molten rock. Molten rock,
Magma?
Thomas Johnson?
Magma?
Magma, that's exactly right. The judges thought maybe you would say lava, but it is magma. Let's turn that green light over there. Turn that green light out, please. Thank you. And red go.
Dayline science for 25.
Dayline science for 25 points. Teams, they recently discovered in Charles County a brand new species of leech. It is something else. It's got 3 jaws, 59 teeth, but like all leeches, it is a hermaphrodite. Meaning what for 25 points? What does it mean if that leech is a hermaphrodite?
It feeds off of others, like it takes what they have, like it sucks blood.
No, good try. A hermaphrodite. A leech is one, meaning what? It has both male and female organs in the same body. Hermes and Aphrodite. Go red. Still 10-point advantage.
Dateline science for 5.
Dateline for 5 points. Doctors say if you want to live longer and better, about twice a week in the middle of the afternoon for about 15 or 20 minutes, take a what?
Nap.
Nap, that's it. Good. Don't nap now, though. Go. Green. Go ahead.
Okay. Zoo parade for 25.
Zoo parade for 25. The big one in that category, teams, the order of mammals that is our chief competitor for the food of the earth are these creatures that have 4 incisors that never stop growing. Name that order of mammals for 25 points. Thurgood Marshall.
The exact order?
The what order?
The exact order?
No, I need the specific name of the order, the classification group.
The food chain?
Again?
The food chain?
No, Thomas Johnson, do you have an idea of the order of mammals that is our chief competition for food on this earth? All the members of the order have 4 incisors that never stop growing.
Canines?
No, rodents. Rodents. That's what it's called, the rodentia, the order of rodents. Go again, please. Green. You're 5 points back, Gabriel. We're running out of time.
Green things for 5.
Green things for 5 points. Teams, there is a poet by the name of Joyce Kilmer, and he wrote this poem. I'll give you 5 points if you can supply the green thing, the last word in this opening line. Said Joyce Kilmer, I think that I shall never see a poem lovely as a what, Aisha?
Tree.
Tree, that's it. Poems are made by fools like me. Only God can make a tree. Go red.
Zoo parade for 5.
Zoo parade for 5 points. Teams, in order to get people to pronounce G-E-I-C-O, the insurance company chose this reptile as its spokesperson. Gabriel.
Gecko.
Gecko. Good. Go.
Body systems for 25.
Body assistance for 25. The big one in that category is a visual question. Would you look at the monitor, please? You know, a lot of times nurses and doctors can't find your vein. Now there's something called AccuVein that can pick up the heat from your blood so that they know where to put that needle exactly. I will give you 25 points if you can tell me the name of that kind of radiation that we associate with heat and spell it. All right, Gabriel.
Sorry.
That's
Reflex.
okay. Did you push it by mistake?
No, the first time it was on purpose.
All right. Can you give me the kind of radiation that we associate with heat that this detector is detecting, and then spell it? First of all, give me the name of it. What you got? Let's go over to Thomas Johnson. Guys, do you have any idea? It is infrared. It picks up infrared, I-N-F-R-A-R-E-D. Where next? Green. No, green, please.
Science potpourri for 25.
Potpourri for 25. Big one in that category. Let's see how good your math is. An owl is one of the few animals that can turn its head not all the way around, but 3/4.
360.
Not 360. Not 360. Thomas Johnson. An owl can turn its head 3/4 of the way around. How many degrees is that?
270.
Say it again.
270.
270. Absolutely right. Good answer. Good. Red.
Body systems for 5.
Body assistance for 5 points. Teams, the old schoolyard taunt is sticks and stones can break my what?
Bones.
Bones, but names will never hurt me. Last question of the game. Let's get physical for 25 points. It is as follows. Archimedes said, if you give me a stick long enough, yes?
Sorry.
That's okay. If you give me a stick that's long enough and one of these pivot points, I can move the world. What's that pivot point known as?
The neck?
Not the neck. It's called a fulcrum. A fulcrum. But we've run out of questions, and it looks like Thomas Johnson has done it. We'll be back with a wrap-up in just a moment. Don't go away. Welcome back. What a game. It looked early on as if Thomas Johnson was going to fade away. What a second half they had. Our final tally today is Thurgood Marshall 170, Thomas Johnson 205. Congratulations. A round of applause for Sarah and Aisha and Lucy. And our 2 coaches back there, Miss Nyala and, of course, Miss Yates. Congratulations. We'll see you against Charles Carroll. And a round of applause for Thurgood Marshall. What a team we've got over there. Aiden and Gabriel and Sanea, thank you for everything you did here. Dylan, I know you were yelling those answers down there. Miss Butler, thanks for always sending us such great students here. As we said earlier, this wouldn't have happened without you, and without you, Rose, here today, and Daisy. Thank you for all you did, and thank you for tuning in. We'll see you next time on another edition of Science Bowl. Bye-bye.